Welcome to this audiobook summary of Sapiens, a brief history of humankind by Yuval Noah Harari, an insightful journey through the history of Homo sapiens, from the dawn of the species to the present day. Harari explores how humankind evolved, how societies developed, and how monumental events in history have shaped the world we live in today. Covering major transformations, including the cognitive, agricultural, and scientific revolutions, this book highlights how each epoch influenced human culture, behavior, and even the environment. In this summary, we'll break down Harari's analysis of humankind's journey, the forces that have driven societal changes, and the challenges and ethical questions facing humanity in modern times. Whether you're new to anthropology or a seasoned history enthusiast, this summary captures the key themes and ideas of Sapiens. Part 1. The Cognitive Revolution. The dawn of Sapiens' rise. Harari begins with a cognitive revolution, approximately 70,000 years ago, which marked the advent of Homo sapiens' unique abilities to think abstractly, use language, and create shared myths. Before this, humans were just one among many species, coexisting with other human species like Neanderthals. However, with the cognitive revolution, Homo sapiens developed advanced communication skills, which allowed for cooperation on a larger scale than ever before. Harari argues that it was these shared myths about gods, nations, and cultures that set sapiens apart. With the power of shared belief, sapiens could mobilize in larger, more complex groups, enabling them to dominate their environment and gradually edge out other human species. This shared cognitive ability fostered everything from storytelling to religion, allowing sapiens to create social bonds and trust systems that sustained large communities. The ability to convey abstract ideas not only facilitated survival, but also laid the foundation for societies, economies, and cultures. The cognitive revolution enabled sapiens to leap forward in evolutionary terms, establishing them as the planet's most adaptable species. Harari explores how this adaptability, driven by the mind's power, allowed humans to survive harsh climates, hunt more efficiently, and build diverse cultures around the world. Part 2. The Agricultural Revolution, from foragers to farmers. The next major transformation came with the agricultural revolution around 10,000 years ago, which saw humanity shift from hunter-gatherer lifestyles to settled agricultural societies. Harari describes this transition as a double-edged sword. On one hand, agriculture allowed for food surplus, population growth, and the establishment of villages and cities. On the other hand, it also led to significant downsides: labor-intensive farming, social hierarchies, and increased susceptibility to famine, disease, and malnutrition. Harari calls agriculture history's biggest fraud, as it forced people to work longer and harder for food security while binding them to specific areas and creating rigid social structures. This period marked the beginning of organized societies, but it also led to inequality, patriarchy, and economic divisions as people accumulated possessions and land. The agricultural revolution also led to significant environmental impact as land was cleared, animals domesticated, and natural ecosystems altered. As humans cultivated the land, they inadvertently caused extinctions of various species and reshaped entire landscapes to suit agricultural needs. This period also marked the rise of cities and states, as food surplus allowed for population growth and the specialization of labor, leading to the creation of centralized power structures. Part 3. The Unification of Humankind, Religion, Empires, and Money. The rise of larger communities brought about new challenges in organizing and governing people, which led to the emergence of three powerful unifying forces: religion, empires, and money. Harari describes how these forces worked to unify diverse groups of people under common beliefs, governance, and economic systems. Religions like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Buddhism spread far and wide, providing a moral framework and a sense of belonging for many societies. Empires, too, played a role in unification, as conquerors imposed their rule on others, often enforcing cultural and linguistic assimilation. Despite their brutal tactics, empires helped disseminate ideas, technologies, and trade across different regions, connecting diverse parts of the world. For instance, The Roman, Persian, and later British empires unified vast populations under a single political and cultural system, fostering communication and trade on an unprecedented scale. Money became a third unifying force as it allowed strangers to trade and interact without direct relationships. Unlike bartering, which required mutual agreement on goods, money provided a universal means of exchange that transcended cultural and linguistic barriers. This section highlights how religion, empires, and money contributed to the formation of complex societies and how these institutions remain integral to modern life. Part 4. The Scientific Revolution, a New Way of Thinking. The Scientific Revolution, which began around 500 years ago, fundamentally altered humanity's understanding of the world. Harari explains that this period marked the beginning of a new approach to knowledge based on observation, experimentation, and the willingness to acknowledge human ignorance. This intellectual shift encouraged curiosity and technological innovation, leading to major advances in physics, medicine, biology, and chemistry. The scientific revolution transformed economies and societies as new inventions such as the printing press, the steam engine, and modern medicine changed how people lived and worked. Harari emphasizes that the scientific mindset did not just expand human knowledge, but also paved the way for global exploration, the Industrial Revolution, and eventually the digital age. Alongside these developments came a shift in power as Europe, home to many of the scientific revolution's breakthroughs, emerged as a dominant force on the global stage. The West's control over resources, technology, and knowledge allowed it to colonize and exploit other regions, reshaping the world order in ways that continue to affect modern geopolitics. Part 5. The Industrial Revolution, Transforming Economy and Society. Harari discusses the Industrial Revolution, which began in the 18th century and reshaped human society through the rise of factories, mass production, and mechanized agriculture. This period saw unprecedented economic growth, urbanization, and technological innovation, which transformed how people lived, worked, and interacted. Industrialization led to mass migrations from rural areas to cities, creating a new working class and introducing both the opportunities and hardships of urban life. Mass production also gave rise to consumer culture as people had access to affordable goods, transforming economies from local markets to global industries. However, industrialization also came with significant downsides, including exploitative labor practices, environmental degradation, and the social alienation of workers. As cities grew, so did pollution, poverty, and class divides, challenging governments to address the new social and economic issues created by industrialization. The Industrial Revolution fundamentally shifted the balance between humans and nature, as natural resources were extracted on a massive scale to fuel factories, leading to environmental challenges that humanity grapples with today. Part 6. The Rise of Capitalism and Modern Economies. Harari explains the rise of capitalism as an economic system driven by investment, competition, and the pursuit of profit. Capitalism became dominant as industrialization accelerated, providing opportunities for entrepreneurs and investors to generate wealth. Harari emphasizes that capitalism is not just an economic system but a cultural one, influencing how societies value growth, innovation, and material success. Capitalism fostered unprecedented technological advancements, but also led to inequality, environmental exploitation, and financial crises. Harari raises ethical questions about the sustainability of capitalism, especially as consumer culture continues to drive resource consumption and pollution. This part examines the complexities of capitalism, its contributions to modern society, and the challenges it poses in an interconnected world. Part 7. The Digital Revolution and Future Challenges for Humankind. In the final section, Harari addresses the modern era, characterized by the digital revolution and rapid advancements in fields like biotechnology and artificial intelligence. He warns of the ethical and existential questions posed by such technologies, as they have the potential to redefine humanity itself. Technologies like genetic engineering and artificial intelligence could alter what it means to be human, challenging the foundations of identity, society, and ethics. Harari speculates on the possible futures of humankind, questioning whether technological advancements will lead to utopian societies or increased inequality and social disruption. He emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations in guiding technological development to avoid potential negative consequences. As humans continue to explore the limits of scientific knowledge, Harari urges readers to consider the long-term impact of these changes on society and the environment. Final recommendation: Sapiens. A Brief History of Humankind offers a compelling journey through the development of human society, exploring the critical events that shaped who we are today. Harari's examination of humanity's evolution, from the cognitive revolution to the digital age, sheds light on how far we've come and the complex challenges that lie ahead. While this audiobook summary provides a high-level overview, reading the full book offers a more nuanced understanding of Harari's thought-provoking insights. For anyone curious about history, anthropology, or the future of humankind, Sapiens is a must-read.